And welcome to another episode of Talking Tactical. Oh, of course, if I can talk tonight. Talking Tactical podcast. Tonight I have Michael from Catalyst Mints. Now, Michael is one of the co-owners for the chain, I believe, and then he's going to be talking to us about it. It's a really cool product, so definitely tune in and enjoy. So welcome to the show, Michael.
Hey, how you doing? I appreciate you having me on.
No problem. Well, thank you very much for taking your time out on a Sunday to come chat about your product, and definitely the paintball world as well a little bit, I think, too. So let's start off. What is Catalyst Mints?
So Catalyst Mints is a much healthier alternative to traditional energy drinks. We took a breath mint and we packed it full of B vitamins, caffeine, taurine, and a really unique ingredient called Siberian eleuthero root. And what that is it's a adaptogen or an herb that takes the edge off of caffeine, eliminates crashes and jitters, and turns all that raw energy into like a really precise focus. So we wanted to make a product that was not only more portable and more effective than energy drinks, but a lot healthier. So our mints contain no sugar, there's no calories, and there's no artificial dyes or food colorings or anything like that. So, we really set out to try to improve on energy drinks in every way possible.
Which is definitely a market that I think there's a lot for. I don't know how many times being in the paintball world we've seen it where people are like, oh, I gotta start, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna chug an energy drink. And I'm like, that's a bad idea. Have water first, please. Please.
Yeah, and just having to carry around drinks too, especially with something as active as paintball, it seems very cumbersome and too much of a pain. So, and having to keep them refrigerated and worry about them being carbonated. I mean, this is something you could literally carry with you, potentially while you're paintballing or, before or after, and not have any issues with it.
Yeah. Now, during the stream, for those checking it out, the Catalyst Mints are the product slideshow that's running in the side here. So I'd say they're about the size of a Zippo lighter, like the packaging.
Yeah, it's a small metal tin, and it can fit easily in your pocket. And each tin of mints contains over 7 energy drinks worth of caffeine and other ingredients. So we really pack it in there, and it's very portable.
Nice. So yeah, no, and that would definitely be the thing here. I'm like, as I was making the joke in the pre-show, I'm Canadian. I have a thing for caffeine. Fun fact of the day.
I think everyone does. That's a cross country. Obsession for sure. Now, caffeine's great, but there are problems with caffeine, which is why we've mixed it with the formula that we did. And so we've really taken out the jitters and the crashes from that caffeine experience to leave you with a really pure and smooth experience that you can't find anywhere else.
No, for sure. And then, so how much caffeine is an actual, in per mint?
So each mint is 30 milligrams of caffeine. So we typically say 3 mints is equal to about 1 energy drink. It's actually a little bit more. A standard 8-ounce Red Bull has 80 ounces of 80 milligrams of caffeine.
All right, cool. So, because I was checking it out on the FAQs and everything else here. So, how many? Let me give you the example. All-day event for paintball. So I've camped out. I'm going to be hitting the field. How many mints would you say in a 5-hour period that I could have?
Really, it's up to you. We put the comparison on there, too, for the 3 mints equals 1 energy drink, just so that people also know how many they can take or how many they do take compared to how many energy drinks they normally consume. It's something that just very much varies from person to person, depending on, caffeine tolerance, everything like that. I know, me personally, I'm actually, I didn't actually drink many energy drinks before coming up, working on this product, because it's something that I didn't like. I didn't like the experience of energy drinks because they were too jittery, and I didn't like the flavor of them, and I didn't like the experience. So now that I've started using Catalyst, I don't need that many, 1 or 2, and I'm fine. But we have people when we go to gaming events, and people are used to slamming back energy drinks nonstop, and we've seen people finish the whole tin in one day, which is for some people it's a lot and some people it's not. So we put a little warning on there just about what the FDA recommends. They say a healthy adult should consume no more than, I believe it's 400 milligrams. I'd have to go look. But it's equivalent to about 13 mints in one day, in 24-hour period. But it's, there's plenty of people that consume much more than that, and there's people that consume less, so we really leave it up to the consumer.
Which I think is a great point. Some people can down coffee at 8 o'clock at night and go to bed in a half hour, and others are, I'm going to be up until 5 a.m. now, thank you.
And there's other things inside of our mints too that do give you that energy boost beyond just caffeine. because we have taurine, because we have the B vitamins, and we have the Siberian Eleuthero root. There's a lot more energy giving ingredients in there. So it's a really strong and unique experience. But what's good about them is because they're absorbed sublingually. So while you're letting it dissolve in your mouth, it's actually getting absorbed instead of swallowing a drink, and it takes a while from your stomach. So it hits you a lot quicker. So you can you could be able to tell like pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's gonna be my next question. Is like, hey, how fast does this kind of kick in? Because that's one thing I've always noticed is like I'll have a drink on the way to work, and it's just like if I sip at it, I can feel it slowly. If I chug it, ironically, I feel like nothing at all. I think it just hits and then gone. So so they do ship worldwide, right? Or pretty much worldwide?
Pretty much worldwide, yeah. We opened it up to most of the European Union, Canada. We opened up to Australia, New Zealand, a couple other places, and Japan. And we're opening up. Basically, we didn't want to open up completely worldwide until we get any demand. But once we get any sort of demand from a location, we generally open up to it, just because it's silly to be open to a bunch of countries that if there's no interest from those regions. So as we've gotten interest from specific places, we had a really big explosion of popularity from an event where a Japanese news outlet wrote about us, so we opened it up to Japan, and that way people can purchase. So if anyone's listening and they're in a location that we don't ship to, which like I said, most of worldwide we do ship to, but if you are in a location, you have a specific need for it and it's not open, shoot us a quick email, we'll open it up.
Yeah. No, for sure, which is definitely, I think, the best thing. So you mentioned like that you guys do hit up the game community. Don't get me wrong, like I think it's definitely the great market for caffeine and everything like that, but it's also one of the most booming. What are some of the events that you guys might be hitting up soon?
So we had a really good time last year exhibiting at an event called QuakeCon, and we're definitely hoping to do them again this year. It was a great event. They were super welcoming to us, and they worked with us, and we put on a great stage show, and we had a great booth, and it was just a lot of fun, very successful. And we've been looking with other events to kind of do a similar thing with, and we've run into a couple of roadblocks, and either events are too big and they don't want to work with us, or too small and it's just not worth traveling out and putting on a big event. So we're trying to find right in the middle there, perfect size event to do with. So right now we're planning on exhibiting at QuakeCon again, but hopefully in the future we can do something like PAX or something like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Now, so where are you guys based out of, for those who are kind of wondering?
We're out of Cary, North Carolina in the United States.
Nice. So I don't know. I can maybe hit you up with some paintball events. That'd be interesting. Get fresh air while you're there.
Yeah, it's funny. I've actually never gone paintballing, but I've always wanted to. It just seems so much fun, and I still haven't had a chance to do it. But it seems like something that I would want to do, and I'd probably get crushed.
See, it's one of those things is that if you ever want a sport that will teach you just the risks of life, I always love to use paintball as the example, because you can either because I'll be honest with you, it's a round ball, it's not super accurate, but if you're like, hey, I'm going to stay way back and lob these things at people, versus, hey, let me run up, put my body in harm and see what can happen. So it's a sport I'd totally recommend. I will be emailing you after a highlight video of a game, and you can tell me how much you want to go after you watch this video, because there's so just quickly run through for you in general, is one of the primary styles that I play is mag-fed paintball. So very realistic, putting your paintballs in a mag, got 20 rounds. So this was a mag-fed only event, and people rode a helicopter as a fundraiser and shot down at people on the field.
It's insane.
It's
crazy.
It's incredible, and it's fun, and there's a whole bunch of other parts. Like there's the speedball scene, which if you're ever like a hockey fan, I always, being Canadian, I know, great analogy, it's like there's the speedball, which is like the actual professional paintball, but then you can also get your shinny hockey, which is your woods ball, where, hey, everyone just hit the ice and have fun, and that's just all the fun there. Now, something else you guys have that I do like is you do have sponsorships, but not in terms of, hey, here's a bunch of free stuff to wear. You actually have like a referral program, right?
So it is actually a full sponsorship program. We have not only kind of the affiliate referral side of it, where people can actually refer people to the site, but we have an entire extensive back end that the the sponsored player gets. They're able to have their own dashboard where they have access to something called the Catalyst Vault, and it's a reward program where basically every day they log in and you get keys from either logging in or leaving comments on the blog or leaving a product review or anything like that, or making a sale. But we give these keys, and you can use the keys to unlock the vault. You find free prizes, you find apparel, you find free mints, and raffle tickets. We do giveaways every week, and we give out free video games, everything like that. So we work with a lot of different gaming companies, and they're able to distribute prizes for them. So we have a pretty extensive system where we do give out a lot of rewards, and the person doesn't necessarily have to make any sales or refer anybody to the site to get that. So we do consider it a full sponsorship program and not just like a referral affiliate. But we have turned that into an invite only like referral where you have to be invited into the program.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, definitely. I will, again, share some of the bigger names, see if anyone wants to take that up at all. But, because, there is some definitely interesting YouTubers who branch into video gaming, because, it is paintball, like a good old first-person shooter in the real world, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, we sponsor people that aren't just gamers, too. Anyone who has any sort of online presence, whether that's, a Facebook page where you have or a YouTube channel where you post, paintball videos or anything like that. We're totally open to different markets. We work with people in various industries. We have one big guy that we work with who does disc golf and pushes it pretty hard in that community. So we're open to all different communities. We have skateboarders, we have bodybuilders, and a whole range of different activities.
I think I saw just recently you guys have a MMA fighter. Is that correct?
Yeah, we sponsored an entire MMA event.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
It was great. We met a lot of great fighters there, and a lot of fighters were using our mints before the fights. We had one fighter who took a couple mints before he fought and knocked the guy out in 15 seconds. So it was awesome, and he's all over Instagram. He's like 15-second knockout thanks to Catalyst mints, but he's a beast. And a bunch of the two guys that we met before the event who were very much using our product, both of them won in spectacular fashion. So not saying Catalyst mints helps you beat the crap out of everybody, but Catalyst mints helps beat the crap out of everybody. So
let's make me as sharp as possible so I can make those sharpshooter moves, right?
Exactly. Yep.
There we go. Awesome. All right. Well, so I definitely think that we need to get you out onto the paintball field at some point, because I am totally creeping PB Nation right now, which is a website and has all the like local fields, and I'm like, North Carolina's like nothing but pins, and I'm like looking at this, I'm like, I'm jealous. I'm like I'm on one side of Toronto and I got fields, and then I'm like, drive 2 hours or 3 hours the other way and then get more fields.
I know there's a pretty big paintball community here in North Carolina, so it's it's something that I've been meaning to do, but it's just haven't had a chance to get away from the computer and stop working. But at some point, I definitely need to do that. No, does it help that I have no depth perception? I don't know if that's going to screw me over.
No, that just means that you will hunker down even more and then just sprint forward, because it's like, I'm just going to get closer, and then it doesn't matter.
Okay,
that's
cool.
the big thing.
Kamikaze.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, it's one of those things when it's unlimited respawn and it's no tournament is on the line. It's like, no, just go out and have fun. That's all that matters. All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, giving us a rundown. I'm going to keep going after this just with some general talks and whatnot, but definitely continuing to work with you a little bit, give you a little bit insight here into the paintball world. And one of the reasons I did ask earlier was how much is Canadian shipping, because I'm like, I'm going to get these for the summer, because I got a, 7-hour drive to New York, upstate New York. We're going to go to a paintball event from Ontario, and then it's like, so Sunday night, the event ends at like 6 o'clock, and we're driving home. And I'm one of the drivers, so I'm like, oh, no. That's going to be you're gonna need really good timing there.
Yeah, no, you're definitely going to need some. Yeah, and as we discussed, shipping charges are a little expensive right now going to Canada. I looked up the exact numbers for you, and it's about $12.75 if you're buying, I think, a 1 or a 3-pack, and then if you're buying a 6-pack, it is $18.69, which the prices are a little bit expensive on shipping. As we talked about, we ship everything through the postal service, and they marked up their prices, and for 2017, everything's just so expensive. So we're working on trying to find ways to bring those prices down, but we're trying to find basically more private carriers. But we ran it through FedEx, we ran it through UPS, USPS, and all of them are more, it's more expensive than the post office. So we stick with USPS for now, but we are working on that, and hopefully in like a couple weeks, we're going to have much lower shipping prices. We're switching over to hopefully a new carrier. So,
Yeah,
but
well,
for now, you can buy them, and the price is still going to end up being better than energy drinks. You buy a 3-pack, which is $19.99. It's less than $1 per energy drink equivalent. So adding in the $13 shipping is still going to be cheaper than going to the gas station and buying an energy drink. So, would definitely recommend getting them. Yeah.
Actually, one of the things was I'm gonna save up for that briefcase, the Omega case, just because I'm like,
Yes.
I just want to use, because one of the things is I host events as well, like I help write them up and then ref them and everything else like that. And I'm like, I just want to get the suitcase and use it as a prop. That's just all I want it for.
It's awesome. It's a fully functional, authentic metal gun case. So it's actually repurposed. It's meant for handguns. So it's dual combination lock. Metal gun case, and we packaged the mints in there for the Omega case purchase. And if you look at the pricing too, the mints are basically the same price as when you get the 6-pack, but we throw in the price proportionally to the number of mints, but we throw in the case for free, just as a bonus for getting such a large purchase. But the cases are actually really expensive, but we throw them in for free because they're so awesome.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take it back then. If it's a gun case, I'm like, my marker's going in there now. I take it back.
It's cool. It's really nice. And you can take the foam out too, and it's deep as well, so you can.
That's the thing I was looking at. I was like, that's actually some depth to it, because I was bringing up the pictures really quick, and I was like, that's a good deep case. Awesome.
Yeah, we've actually switched suppliers, and we got an even deeper one than what's in the photo, so it's even bigger than that now.
Nice. All right, so birthday money.
Did you see the T-Pain video, by the way? The endorsement we got from T-Pain?
I did. I watched, I think most of it, but he just has the case and he's just going through, and I'm like, oh my God, this thing's amazing. That's what, I was like, that's the first thing I watched, and then I did all my other research right after that.
Nice. Yeah, he's a funny dude. That was a good video.
Yeah, it was really good, because that was one of the things I'm kind of watching it, and I'm like, I don't think it's sarcastic. I think he's just having fun right now. Because
he was having a good time. I don't know if you heard him. He said, if you feel like getting arrested at an airport, then you buy the whole case.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, wait, what? Or I think it was something on things. He's like, yeah, just dump all the pills in the bag. That's just weird.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's a funny guy. We didn't give him a script for that. He reached out to us. His team reached out to us and said that they were interested in making a video. So we didn't give him a script or anything. He's just a funny guy. So he ran with it and got the case and just made the video, sent it over. It was great. So awesome. We love it.
Yeah, this looked great. So definitely we'll hopefully even have you on the show again, maybe after your first paintball experience, and then you can tell us all about that. Here's the real trick. Make it a team outing, and then somebody's got to do all the packaging themselves on Monday. There we go. It's a game now.
But then I got to pay for all that.
Yeah, group rate. It's all good.
There we go.
All right, thank you so much, Michael, for coming on. You have a great rest of your evening, and see you on the field.
Awesome. Thanks so much. I appreciate having me on the show. Take care. Have a good rest of your show.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone. So that was Michael from Catalyst Mints. It was a lot of fun having him on the show. Thank you very much for coming and checking us out. So mini show time, I think. So one of the things is that I wanted to take some time and mention, hey, what's going on with the TTP recently? More like, hey, where are we going to be? Stuff like that. So first off, this came in. It's my name tag from, there we go. Patch Panel. There we go. I had to look at myself to see that. From Patch Panel. So I'm really excited for this. Avon is a gaming name that I've actually used quite a bit. So I decided to use that as my paintball name going forward. So if you are checking out the shows and stuff like that, in terms of the fields, we're going to be I will be hitting up 0 Hour in New York, just like I had mentioned on the show earlier. Really excited for that. Going to be driving down with some of the Maple Leaf squad, so that'll be really cool. Going to be rocking my Die Dam. The other things to mention is that we will be hosting some events up at Sector 57 May, June, and July, so that'll be really cool. More events coming. And I just wanted to take some time and kind of talk about the sport right now. So there's been some posts. Shout out, I guess, would be that Primal News will be living. We'll be hitting the live internet soon, so that'll be really exciting. We had them on a little bit ago on the shows. I've actually been picked up to be a writer, so you'll see some of my writing work on there, talking about paintball tactics, teamwork, everything like that. The other things too is that I will be doing my events, like I just mentioned. The big ones being that I want to get. So we talk a lot about like, hey, don't be a keyboard warrior, get out there, be a paintball guy, things like that. I agree with a lot of people. That's what we need to do. But I think one of the big things is tournaments for Milsim. Where is it? When's it happening? Why aren't we doing this? The speedball community has their tournaments, and don't get me wrong, like I love a good walk-on day. I love organized missions and stuff like that. But I want to see the competitiveness hit us back again for paintball. Like we never see people doing really like competitive, hey, I can see myself getting better and better and better. So one of the big things that I'm going to be pushing for this year is getting some tournaments done. I've written up some things, rough rules that we're going to be running at Sector 57, so definitely keep your ears open for that. Other than that, quick show this week. Just kind of grabbed Michael on a Sunday night to talk product, talk shop, and anyways, I hope everyone has a great night, great weekend, and I will see you on the field.